everyone. Greetings, everyone. Yes, greetings, everyone, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Pokemon D&D Ice. Ice, baby, ice. We're down a Sigurd today, but I don't know, maybe he'll pop in, but we'll try to make do without him while he's off fighting crime. And who wants to recap last episode?
That'll be me this time.
Okay.
Alright, so last time on Ice, Sabrina had a dream about an event that happened differently than we remember. When fighting Nero, she was going to be his last victim, but was saved by what appeared to be another Nero missing 5 of his tails. After stabilizing her allies, he gave her a message to give to her brother, to find the chest he left for him in their basement. When she awoke, she realized that it wasn't a dream, but a true memory that had been restored after casting Remove Curse on herself the previous night. Upon investigating the spot with a little help from Rethernatrix, they recovered the Observer at the End of Time, which is a mirror that lets the user cast Contact Other Plane once per day. While that was happening, Aiden was doing some successful gardening, and Sigurd decided to investigate HQ's central spire, which did not go particularly well for him. Notable things that he found were a surveillance mirror of sorts that seems to be for keeping an eye on spots of significance to Nero, except the last one, which caused his brain to violently hemorrhage, and a black, icy book that he found in a chest. The chest blasted him with ice. After that, Sabrina and Sinbad had a scrying call with their father. Unfortunately, speaking with him went about as well as negotiations with the other factions on the continent, and now we are on our parents' bad side. What we did learn is that Sabrina was treated the way she was to encourage her to aspire to even greater heights, which she didn't seem to be too happy about. But more importantly, Sinbad revealed that his days are numbered. The only thing holding him together is Fulgur, and once he can't sustain him anymore, he'll die. With all that out of the way, we finally teleported to Calder to begin negotiations with the Expedition Society for backup against Belladonna, only to realize we left the gate schematics at HQ.
Excellent. Yeah, that was pretty precise and everything. Yeah, you have inspiration for the sentence for the session.
Yay.
Sentence. Okay, but we'll bring you guys back into the game. So, after purchasing a few items from Alabaster's shop, you walk out into the streets of Calder. It's very much cleaner now. It seems like there was no effort to rebuild anything. Actually, you notice there's a lot of buildings that just kind of look like they were bulldozed and when I say it's cleaned up, I mean there's like no bodies lying on the ground, and there's no debris anymore really, but it still kind of looks like a wasteland still. There's a few buildings still standing.
All right. So, we kind of discussed this off stream, and we kind of think that the best course of action would actually be to turn around and go back to the MDRA, because we don't think it'd be a good idea to talk to the Expedition Society without the
without the blueprints.
Yeah.
The whole next time we see you, we'll bring the blueprints, and then hi Apollo, we got new. Oh, right.
Yeah,
he isn't
not
gonna
exactly
like
a great, not exactly a great plan.
So, what we're going to do, I think, is first of all, Sabrina's going to cast Augury as a ritual. So I'm going to do the thing, if that's all right with you, DM.
Yep, you can do the thing.
Wrong notation.
Oh boy.
3.
You're good.
Okay, and oh, I forgot exactly how I was going to word it. She's going to contact Fulgur, assuming he's a valid target for this, and she's going to ask, or she's going to say as our action, giving an artifact from the Storm Plane to the MDRA.
What are the options? Woe, wheel, and
Woe, wheel, or wheel, woe, wheel, and woe, and there's a fourth one.
Neither.
Yeah, neither.
you gotta you hone in on the lightning bird of the storm plane. You've only seen him once, but his image sticks in your mind. You can almost feel the static energy on the spell, the augury spell, as you cast it through a ritual. And he kind of appears before you as everyone else just sees Sabrina with her like eyes rolling in the back of her head right now. But he says, I guess he doesn't really say it, but you pick up the message of woe and wheel.
All right.
Very interesting.
All right, guys, I got the answer back. It's woe and wheel.
Both.
That's more wheel than I was expecting in that deal.
I still don't like the fact that there's woe attached to it.
But at the same time, what would the wheel even be?
Probably good relations with them. MDRA, that is.
They might learn something, but I mean, I asked Folger, and he was like, "Nah." So
Well, this is gonna go well.
And with the augury, you were asking Vulgar?
Yeah.
So why will we get both? Sinbad, you were told just it's a terrible idea, and then
Well, like I just said, we'd get good relations with the MDRA if we complied and gave it to them. That much is obvious.
so what are we planning?
She looks at Sinbad.
I don't want to get on their bad side, but I'll defer to you.
I don't think it's a great idea. I don't like having to do this, but I also don't think we really want to tempt fate on that plane.
The problem, though, is if we get on the MDRA's bad side, how exactly do we get back to Calder?
I might be able to bribe them with something else. I've still got a geode on me. You know how much they like those things.
I mean, you guys kind of mentioned they're mostly just business.
Yeah, well, the problem is we aren't going to be holding up our side of the transaction.
We can explain things, right?
I'll let them know the results of the augury. Hopefully they'll listen to magic if they won't listen to reason. Alright, you guys ready?
Not really, but I don't think I can be ready for this.
Sigurd
I don't
nods.
think
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna go back into Alabaster and say,
we've kind of had a change of plans. Could you send us to the MDRA?
Uh, they only supply me with those once a day.
Well, you haven't used one yet today, have you?
Oh, yes, they gave you... Yes, I have one, yes. Sorry, I forgot that you went from there to...
Yeah, fine.
Yeah. All right. Yes, I do have one. Yes.
All right. Thank you.
All right. So he takes you back down to the basement and gets you on the platform. Unravels the scroll and begins incanting the magical language of it. And you feel yourself horribly disintegrate as you get transferred over to the MDRA.
Is it a familiar feeling, Sinbad?
Oh my gosh.
I don't feel so
Oh.
good.
That was the Rennial talking. I'm sorry.
Oh man, he went there. That's my job.
Sigurd also says we agreed to our end of the deal, so I think we should give it to them. Yeah, you feel yourself get transported over to the MDRA, and you arrive on that platform feeling really disoriented and slightly sick, but
Oh, I actually know that pain. I haven't been able to crack my neck in weeks.
and the look of this place is kind of just dramatically changed. It looks more like laboratory than ice palace, because you remember when you fought the queen in here, Sinbad. It had kind of these ornate chandeliers and flowers around the pillars, and it now looks just very kind of plain white and sterile with a few desks. You see a few little small like explosions of magic go off in the distance, and you see several Pokemon jotting down what happens. It's like, that was amazing, what if we add a little more phosphorus to this and put a little more components in here? And as you're on this platform too, you just notice some more like mages kind of teleport next to you and just kind of walk and don't even regard you.
This is looking less like magic and more like just science.
Significantly or sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic, or something.
So magic is just...
Magic is science.
I don't think that's true. I don't see folding boats in here.
Maybe because they have them in the back or something. I don't know. Let's get this over with.
Who are you going
And
to?
gonna go to I should know his name. Taucus.
All right, so you go up to the throne has been completely removed at this point, and there's just like stairs that go down to the basement now. That was the former treasure vault. And you see him waiting by the mirror you went through to the astral plane, and he regards you as you come down the stairs, and he looks at the mirror, back at you, to the mirror, back to you, the mirror, back to you, at the mirror, and he seems to be doing that for a length of time. Oh, do my eyes deceive me? Is that you?
Yeah, we took a roundabout way to get back.
Oh, that's excellent. I thought you had died.
Right. Well, we went through a lot, and well, we're back.
Were you able to claim an artifact? We can travel there much more easily if you wish. Well, when I say we, I mean you.
Bree just kind of gives him a skeptical look.
Sinbad is is going to say, we...
Wait a minute. Is Aiden here?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, believe you me, I have you know who in mind with this phrase.
I thought you left him behind at the fort.
No, because he was there when.
Because we had Alistair take us here, we can get back to there in the same day, and he can begin his next phase of work tomorrow.
Because, correct me if I'm wrong, I thought you left him back there to work on the armor.
Yeah, but we're doing everything in one day. We started the day in there, we're going to end the day there because of the scroll that Alabaster used.
Okay.
So Aiden's only going to be gone for like an hour at most or something.
All right.
However long we're out, but not long enough to skip a day of work.
Hopefully.
Okay.
Because I thought we already had the day of work done for the armor.
Okay.
Unless I was completely wrong, in which case I would have chosen to stay there, but that would require quite a bit of.
Because you didn't rest last session, right? Well, you rested at the very beginning, but you didn't rest after that.
It's been like the entire same day because we got a ton done. It was like working in the armor, very briefly, getting the lenses for Sinbad. A lot happened in that single day, I remember.
Okay. All right. Aiden's here then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well?
Well, Takis, Professor Takis,
Yes.
I'm just gonna... Okay. I casted Augury asking if it was a good idea to give you, an artifact from the Storm Plane, and I got 2 responses. Wheel and Woe. Obviously, the wheel is going to be that we have improved relations with you, but the woe is what's scaring me.
Well, I have no clue what that would be.
And that doesn't scare you?
Oh, not at all.
Alright, I mean, I can put my 2 cents out. I asked the owner of that plane what its thoughts were on the comings and goings into its plane, and it did not want it.
Oh, there are many gatekeepers on every plane. Don't worry, we will treat the place with much respect. It's just to further the knowledge of the MDRA. Because we seek to understand everything, and if we're just stonewalled out of a plane, we will learn nothing.
Well, I suppose, what do you intend to do there?
I just told you, my boy, we intend to learn!
How? Do you want to explode some crystals in there? Do you want to get air samples? There's a lot of different things that can go into that. Some are far more dangerous than others, and some are far more likely to bring the irk of those gatekeepers down upon the MDRA.
Well, first, we will probably seek to get some samples from that realm and see what power can be harnessed from it. I mean, it's the plane of storms. That's power, my boy.
I don't think you understand what you're asking. But more importantly, what you're wanting to understand doesn't want to be understood.
Well, if we don't understand things, we'll end up like those clerics and paladins who think they could just pray away problems.
Well, I mean, to be fair, their prayer does allow them to cast spells, so I wouldn't say it's completely ineffective.
Yes, but you should know more than anyone. Our power of the arcane arts is much more powerful than theirs.
I don't know about that. They have things they can do that we can't.
And there are many greater things we can do that they can't. This fort is an example of that.
I'm sorry, Takis, we can't do it.
Meaning you have something and you're not giving it to me?
At least not from that plane.
Listen, who allowed you to get in there in the first place? You wouldn't have even gotten there if it weren't for us.
And we wouldn't have gotten there if I hadn't searched out that meteorite that you're using to repair the mirror right there.
But all in due time, we are going to get farther in the continent, and we're going to get much bigger pieces. This is mere poultry compared to what we'll find later. Pointing to the giant geode that's hooked up to the mirror.
I know you're upset, Professor. And I know it's going to be hard to make this up to you, but here, I can at least do this.
And she's going to give back the Scroll of Control Winds that we received. And she says,
I'm guessing this isn't enough, right?
We're teleporting you daily to that town. What, do you think giving this is nothing? They give this to me just for washroom napkins.
Well, what about this?
and she's going to roll a second geode just like the one that she gave him before out of her bag.
He kind of, like, looks up of the stairs and do a persuasion with advantage.
All right. I believe it's 4 at this point. Yes. Oh, I just got to roll 2d20 anyway. There we go. 7. Can I inspiration that?
Yes, you can.
We roll that 1.
Genius.
So that's
At 4.
13, 17.
He says, all right. I'll let this slide on one condition.
What's that?
They're really getting on my case about some malfeasant mage, and they're trying to tear me away from my studies, my important studies right here on planar travel, to deal with some illusionist, and I can't find any adventurers worth doing it. They just get lost or just give up. So if you do that for me, we'll say this was just all a bad, just a failure, and I'll take that, because this is my line. I decide what's a failure, and I decide what succeeds. So you deal with this malfeasant at some point in this month, so they get off my back, and I'll forget this whole thing.
She looks at Sib.
I think we can handle that.
Very good.
Sinbad looks towards Aiden, maybe at something in particular, and hesitantly nods.
Okay then. The trip to the storm plane was a failure. There was no artifacts there. I don't know if that counts as a lie because he doesn't really know. And okay, very well then. Professor Waffles will tell you about it.
Yeah, she's kind of told us a little bit about it before. We'll go make sure we've got all the details lined up.
All right. Very good. I'm very much interested in seeing that research anyway, so... Very good. Anyway, I must be off to my studies, and he just stares at the mirror.
Okay.
All right. Crisis averted for now. Let's go talk to Waffles.
Everyone is internally screaming.
Okay.
All right.
You go back upstairs, and this place was empty, like very barren and empty at one, but you gotta like kind of search through all the different mages and to find her through here. And eventually you do see the little Shellos kind of talking to a meow stick about with some papers. And she sees you and says, "Oh, it's you four.
Hi, Professor Waffles.
Hi."
Yeah, we just wanted to get a little bit more information about. I believe you said her name was Grimoire.
Yeah, Grimir.
Grimir.
Or
Okay.
Grimoire. Yeah, Grimoire. Let me check my... She shuffles through her papers for a second. Yeah, Grimoire.
All right. What can you tell us about Grimoire specifically?
Well, she was, I told you before, she was kind of a trailblazer in the study of the Aether. And, her research was very valuable in harnessing the rock when we found it. But she had certain controversial views regarding the edicts, and she got a little too outspoken where we had to, well, expel her from the academy.
What sort of views did she have?
Let's just say they were views that the Hallowed Flames don't like.
Yeah, I can imagine that. And that was her only crime?
Yes, it's not like Kleiman, where she was practicing necromancy or anything. In fact, she was an illusionist. She knew a fair bit of spells that you don't find in your normal spell book. It's passed down from her lineage. Yeah, she's actually Grimoire the I think the ninth actually, but we just called her Grimoire. So
Was she otherwise fairly amicable?
more or less, but when you challenge her views, she got a little outspoken.
Well, that's understandable.
But all we really need from her, it's very much the same case as Kleiman. We just need any research she has regarding the Aether. That is all.
All right.
You don't... If you need to kill her, it's okay. If she becomes hostile and threatens your lives, you can do that. But do not tell her we sent you.
All right.
As for... Well, it's a shot in the dark, and there's some evidence to support she's still here. We've heard whispers amongst those thieves we've scryed on, saying they're giving fire to her. And she's in some... They said she was in some sort of disappearing castle, which makes me think it's one of her illusions.
Interesting.
An entire castle.
Yes. It's a conjured castle, of course. But it's, like I said, there are some spells inside of her spell book she always carried that have spells that, up to the ninth circle, I don't think she can do those, but that aren't in your average spell book. We don't even have them. That would be a nice thing to have. It's not required, but If you could get her spell book too.
Well, she isn't going to let go of that easily.
No, she will not. That's why I'm just saying it's optional if you want to get that somehow. If you actually do end up killing her, then you just take that.
Yeah. Well, we'll probably go look for her sometime within the next month,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
just to keep you in the loop.
Okay, very good. How did the project with Professor Takas go?
It was a failure.
Yeah,
Everyone do a charisma saving throw.
Taka said it was a failure. It's not live.
We're repeating what he said.
Okay, nah, you don't have to.
Taka said it was a failure.
Okay, yeah, that's true. That's kind of one of those just. It's odd because it wasn't what it is, but okay, yeah. It does. You feel like you feel it kind of flaring, Aiden.
Still in half truths again, Squire.
Bree was just gonna say, no, it didn't go well.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Aiden probably just silently, since he can mentally speak to Holy Avenger, just being like, more specifically, Takas said it's a failure. Or just
Yeah.
saying what he's saying.
Then it just kind of it's like vibrating. Then it stops a bit.
Yeah, we kind of felt bad about it, so we returned the scroll of control winds to Takas. You can probably just get it from him later.
Oh, well, that's a shame. I'm not really into his line of work, but he's been so wrapped up in that, and there hasn't been much progress. And we have bigger things to work on this plane. And
In general, I'd kind of have to agree.
yes, but
All right.
yeah, if you can handle that for us, we'd be internally grateful. We'd be able to offer you more commodities and discounts and greater circles of magic with spell scrolls and stuff like that. You've already been such a big help.
All right. Well, that's all, I believe.
And she looks at the others just to make sure she hasn't forgotten something.
I don't think so, unless we want to go by the potion store on the way out.
We have known locations of the castle, or am I forgetting?
I have a pretty good idea where it is. Anyway.
I don't have anything else to add.
All right. Well, until next time, Professor.
Unless we want to go to the potion shop, do we want to go? Well, Sigurd isn't here. I guess if we go there, he can just buy stuff after the session.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything you guys actually want to go there and buy something, or do you want to stop by for Sigurd so he can go buy something if he needs it?
We'll do that just to cover our bases in case
One of those sort of
geek.
Okay.
In case, yeah.
green type things.
So, are you guys gonna get anything?
I don't want to get.
I'm trying to remember if them resistance potions still exist or if they're still out of stock.
When did you last go there? You went there yesterday, right?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I don't have high hopes here.
Yeah.
Yeah, then
Or,
we
well-
probably.
Well, actually, this is the MDRA we're talking about here. So, roll a D100.
All right, well, I guess I asked, so it'll be my percentile. 91.
Okay, yes, they do. They'll have it. They'll have roll a D6 for me. They'll have 2 resistance potions of anyone you want.
Well, I think we know what we want to pick up.
Yeah.
Poison.
Yeah. I think we'll pick those up.
All right. Charles kind of goes in back and he puts the box up for you, full of 2. You get a 25% discount.
100 times 0.75. 225.
Yeah.
2, so 450. While we're at it, I already know I need to stock back up on some healing potions while I'm here. So.
Here's the cheapest you can get them.
All right. So, were you gonna pay for that ice, or are we splitting that?
If you guys want to split the.
Yeah, you said it was
we're
450 then.
It was 450 or just 225 each. If you guys want to get those, because I'm picking
Okay.
up 2 superior healings.
Yeah, that sounds fair.
I'll just pay for mine on my own. I think that works.
They have 6.
Okay.
They have 6 superior healing potions.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get 2.
All right.
Which, if I'm doing the math on the side. Okay.
Anything else?
I don't think so.
I think that's it. Unless we want to get a. No, it's too expensive.
Defects plus. Do we have any potions of heroism?
Yeah, I think we're.
How many regular potions of healing do they have?
They have unlimited of those. Just the 10 HP ones. They have a lot.
All right. So those are 50 each. Just looking at my supply and being like, I should probably stock back up on these. So.
Paris drone.
Yeah.
Charles also said, if you're going out there, if you guys are out in the ice continent, if you guys can pick me up several different types of the plant life that lives on the grass continent, I could actually brew some more potions in stock, so you don't have to wait for them to bring me the ingredients.
We'll definitely keep an eye out for those then.
The grass continent.
Or sorry, the ice continent.
I was about to say, I was like, we're going on a field trip.
I was thinking of plant life and grass. Yeah.
I'm just doing the math in the background, but that's all I wanted to get. I'm picking up 10 of those regular healing potions.
Okay. All right, and Sigurd may or may not be buying stuff in the background.
Yeah.
All right.
Right,
Well, with that, I guess we'll teleport back home.
All right. So you just kind of, are you like right in front of, like after you pay, you're just gonna like teleport away?
Take care, Charles.
Wait,
And then
what
the wormhole opens.
Wait, what are you then you're all like just gone. You appear back in the library of your fort. Does this place have a name yet?
HQ.
Does this place have a name yet? This is...
I've just been calling it HQ.
That's a little... That isn't very dignified.
Well, generally you have to be dignified to need a dignified location. I wouldn't say I'm particularly dignified anymore.
It's just naming a dwelling, especially a fortress of this magnitude. You think you'd have a name for it already?
I mean, the name before was Nero's Cool House.
That doesn't sound like a great name.
Oh, that's the adversary we intend to beat, but even that is a better name than HQ.
That tangentially reminds me, Alderion, would you happen to know under what circumstances a Ninetales would only have 4 tails?
I do not. If I were to wager, it would be because he either amputated or he's split his power somehow.
I see. Alright, thanks.
Yes, quite.
We'll try to think up a name in our free time.
Okay, very good. Well, I'd rather
Well,
use your free time to find Thor and this echo of Ezlith, but yes.
We can just smash 2 nouns together. That'll work.
Well, we're gonna try to find Thor first thing tomorrow morning, or at least get in contact with him.
I still need 3 days to work in the armor.
I know. Just gonna try to scry on him, find out what he looks like, maybe, and, just tell him not to go somewhere he's gonna get killed.
Yeah. Although, speaking of things we gotta do, would you mind casting Remove Curse on me?
Yeah, sure.
And she's going to do that for both Aiden and... Well, she's going to do it for everyone.
Okay. Are you doing this in the library, or where are you going to do this?
Let's just kind of go out into the common area.
Remind me, did the siblings ever explain the
Maybe.
The fact that modified memory happens? So, like,
I think they did.
They did. Yeah. You're probably still like, what? But I'm sure the main person that we have to suss out what's going on is Sinbad, because the way Nero exited in his memory and Breeze are 2 different things, and what happened after the time stop, or if it happened at all, is also up in the air, and he wants to know.
So, who are you doing it on first?
Probably Sinbad.
All right. So Sinbad, Sabrina touches you, and you feel just kind of a weight being lifted off of your mind and soul and being. And when you think back to that day, that fateful encounter in the basement where Rathurnatrix, the silver worm, now dwells, you recall that battle going completely differently. There was no time stop at all. You remember fighting him. You remember there's a lot of key instances that did happen. Like, you remember Sigurd getting the Duke Skull and the full Nelson, and Izek dispatching him. You remember the Beartic going for a swing at Nero, but Nero just disintegrated it. And then you saw him casting a spell. All these arcane runes appeared around him as you saw giant debris fall down, and then it all goes blank.
So we still have no idea.
And then you woke up and started acting like you had just won.
So we still have no idea who cast Modify Memory then.
No. Do an Arcana roll if you're pondering this.
All right, let's see if Sinbad is the smart today.
Do I get to roll as well, or am I? Oh,
Oh, a
he got
21.
You'd wager it was, with how you know how the spell works, when Sabrina has explained it to you, what the spell is and what it does, it must have been done while you were unconscious. Or before you woke up.
Yeah, I guess Sinbad's going to say, I would wager was the twin that cast Modify Memory on us. I mean, Bree, Nero left, and then he put you to sleep, and we have no memories of the spell being cast. He's the only one that could have done it.
Why?
Yeah, I'm starting to wonder if he's really on our side. Maybe he gave me the mirror because he wanted me to blast my brains out.
Bree looks kind of conflicted considering this potential thing. Before she just kind of casually reaches out and touches Aiden and removes it from him as well.
You recall the exact kind of same thing Sinbad just remembered. Like you kind of recall it to him, and he says, and it kind of confirms, like, yeah, that's what happened.
So you're saying there was a second Nero, and if we actually lost, did he purposely let us take this place?
She just kind of shrugs.
Something about the twin stopped him, or at least made him annoyed enough to leave.
He just called him old man and left.
I mean,
Well,
he's pretty darn old. Nero, I mean.
The one I saw certainly looked older.
could it be Nero? Uh, how much of the family tree do you know? If maybe it would be Nero's father, or even.
I think that's incredibly unlikely given that they were both the same color.
They're either twins or literally both Nero. It's possible that Krya is piloting Nero, and what we were talking to was more Krya than Nero.
That's what I'm thinking.
But it's hard to say because we do know that Nero was, well, bent on killing and removing legends and was successful in at least a few instances.
At least that's what we've been told.
No, we have. Fulgur's definitely not around. Krya is not around, and I would wager Moltres isn't either.
Well, I don't know then. I'm gonna go get the gate schematic so that we don't forget it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right. Yep, that was not something fun to forget.
So if I were to use the mirror, I wouldn't be able to talk to this Nero guy at all, would I? Because it says you need to know them well. We don't know this guy at all.
That's not what it says in the spell. Spell just says you contact some extraplanar entity.
And just whether that entity is just perhaps connected to the mirror, or
either way, I have a feeling I know if I were the DM, my answer would probably be, you don't know. I mean, if you want to try to do it tonight, there is no better time because you'll just get a long rest in right after this.
Yeah.
Figure out what you want to ask, though.
I'm like, DM is staying silent. That means he's smiling.
I don't think there's anything else Sabrina is gonna do for the night, so floor's on you two.
I mean, I don't have anything else to do for the night, but if Sinbad's gonna try to use the mirror, I might as well try to help him with another flash of genius.
Oh boy. I don't even. What level is this spell anyway?
Fifth.
It's only 5th.
Yep.
Crow?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's been so
Really quiet.
silent. I didn't know.
You have to say, can we do that, DM?
Yeah, you haven't said I'm going to do that, so there's no reason for me to talk.
I don't like this.
You know you wanna.
I'm not the one making the decision.
I mean, I guess I can give it a try.
Okay.
I'm like, I guess Sinbad's going to go to his room and say, well, we need to find out who this guy is, and apparently he wants to talk to me. So, Aiden, you might want to lock the door if this goes poorly.
Oh. I mean, Sabrina mentioned that the whole insanity thing is mostly just. Actually, yeah, maybe if that happens, you don't want to go out of the room.
Yeah, I don't expect that would go well. So it's gonna take Sinbad like an hour to do this.
Yeah.
We're just chilling at home. I think we got time.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to do the check first, and then I get to ask the
Well,
question.
who you going to contact?
I'm going to go and contact Nero's twin. Nero, or the four-tailed Ninetails.
Just let me see something for a second here. All right, yeah, I'll let you have it. But you have to make an intelligence saving throw.
Yeah, I'm like, this is going to be a raw D20, I do believe.
Since I'm going to help you with the flash genius, it'll at least be a +4.
Well, if this is under a 10, let me use lucky first.
Oh.
Whoa!
He's does it. He's survived.
He
All
did it!
All right, you grasp the mirror, trying to contact this entity that Sabrina told you about. As you stare into the mirror, you almost feel like you're going into a void, and you realize you're going through time. You're going forward in time, and your mind almost can't comprehend what you're looking at. as it's almost like looking at the sun, but you feel that in your mind instead of your eyes. As you, it's hard to look at, but you maintain your sanity and your composure looking into it. Aiden, you see him like almost like resisting, trying to look away, but he's keeping his eyes glued on it until you see nothing. Absolutely nothing. The very nothing that Sigurd was looking at. But you're seeing it, and it is so hard to look at this because what is nothing? But amongst this nothing, you see a old gray sagely being with four tails looking off into the nothing. And almost as you've reached your destination, he turns around in the mirror and looks at you with his piercing eyes. He has kind of, on the end of his snout, he kind of has like a beard, like a long gray beard, like chin, well, more like a chin, just a small beard on his chin. He has haggard, tired eyes. Just look at you, awaiting.
Okay. Not knowing how this spell works, Sinbad, I guess, is going to first ask, who are you?
He pauses while it's still hard to look at this. I am the observer.
Okay. And then, I guess his second question will be, are you related to Nero?
There's a pregnant pause as he says, I was once called that. That's
I guess
question 2.
Yeah, so given the fact that Sinbad felt, I mean, oh, this is so weird. Yeah, it's like, I guess he's going to ask just because he had this sensation, are you from the past or the future?
All of them.
Okay.
Question 3. Or 3 questions asked.
Yeah, that was the third one asked. I guess he will ask, is this why you gave me the mirror?
Yes. Or, be a little more specific.
Was I given the mirror to talk to you, the observer,
Yes.
specifically? Okay. I mean, I guess Sinbad will ask, what, like, I, I'm like thinking it's either, I want to either say why or like, what do you want me to do with it? I don't know which one to do. Quill, ice vote.
You can't, man. We're not here. It's only Sib.
Oh man. I guess uh he'll ask uh he'll ask why did you give me uh the the mirror. What do you want to tell me? I know you can't answer the second one, but I guess you could answer either one. We'll say that.
To assist defeating Nero. And as he says that, your just mind goes back through time as like you're just holding this mirror in your hand, and you see Aiden from your point of view, like Sinbad's just having a seizure holding this mirror right now, until he like just drops it, and the mirror just stops glowing.
Oh, that isn't gonna get any easier. Well, good news. We don't have to lock the door tonight.
Oh, so what did you see?
Nothing.
Well, getting through the nothing that Sigurd saw, which I believe now I know why that's in the room over in the middle of the house, is he calls himself the Observer. He used to be Nero, but I don't really know exactly what that means or entails. He is from both the past and the future, so I don't know how that works either. He gave me the mirror specifically to talk to him in order to assist defeating Nero, though that's as far as I got. I don't exactly know what he wants to do or if he's just there to answer questions about Nero. I really don't know. Potentially we could ask him about Grimir II, though.
Aiden just looks very confused. I'm stuck in the past and future. What?
Yeah, that's the part I don't want to think about either, so we'll just pretend it doesn't exist until it's relevant.
So he is technically Nero, but not
He says he was Nero.
was. Let me see. None of it makes sense.
I mean, if time travel says anything, it means that we will either create him or Nero split himself in half when he did whatever he did to get into the nothing. But that's as far as I've gotten. we'll probably have to ask Bree to write down more questions. I still don't know why he wants to talk to me specifically, because this mirror is not exactly the top 10 most healthy things for me, I think.
End scene.
Yeah, I think and seeing him,
Yeah.
he'll probably tell Bree whenever she's open.
Yeah.
While
Bree
you're
now contains this knowledge.
while you were downstairs, Sabrina, you see two figures come through the door. It's the hulking stature of Ezek and the little fluffy stature of Jameson. And
Right.
they're carrying in a haul of firewood and food. I forgot to mention, these two are particularly good at this, so you guys do not need to consume rations while you are here.
Oh, good deal.
Alright. But as they come in, he's like, Jameson sees you, and he's like, oh, guess what, Sabrina?
Hey, Jameson, what is it?
I know how to kill fish now!
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah, Ezek taught me.
Well, it's definitely a good survival skill to have out here. You can't really afford to be squeamish.
Yes, I thought he was gonna be way more squeamish. He is fast learner. But
I
don't get
wouldn't
cocky.
underestimate. I wouldn't underestimate Jameson. He's a smart kid.
Yes, and he needs to work extra hard. There's some days I do not wish to go and hunt for food, so he must. Yeah, but I did a good job, right? Yeah, I guess.
Well, it's good to see you two are getting along. Without hot sauce.
Oh, trust me, I won't do that again. I asked Ezek what makes how you get strong, and he said he drinks the hot sauce. He said it makes scales shiny, and he said it would grow fur on chest with me, but it just gave me a headache.
Yeah, I could have told you that.
And she kind of goes up and pats him on the cheek, and she says,
You've already got plenty of fur on your chest, though.
Oh yeah, I know. It's really hard to keep up the uniform because it gets caught in there, and especially when the zipper gets caught in it, it rips it out. It really hurts.
Oh. Might have to look into Velcro or something.
Oh, this is the only one I got.
That's too bad. Well, is there anything else you guys have to report to me?
We found a consistent spot and a good fish, good crab there.
Good, good. Well, I've had a day, so I'm probably just gonna turn in now.
Okay, I'm going to go eat.
Alright.
Cook it for me, doorstop. Oh, sure. I think I can cook. Oy vey.
I'm sure he'll do fine.
Yes. Okay, let's go. I need energy. By the way, payday is coming soon.
Alright, how much do we owe you again?
50 a month.
Alright.
and she just kind of throws 50 gold at him.
Good. He just shoves it into this little coin purse he has. Going to eat. Come, doorstop. I need you to cook food. Alright, I've never cooked food before, but I think I'll learn how to do it.
Little advice for you. Don't stick it directly in the fire, just kind of jab a stick through it and hold it over the fire for a while.
Okay, that doesn't seem too hard. and they go off to the. I guess you don't really have a kitchen. I guess they're just gonna go to the dining room.
Yeah.
There.
She just kind of sighs, and her smile that she puts on for Jameson just kind of fades down to its usual blank despair, and she goes up to her room.
Okay. All right. So as you go up to your room, you see Sinbad and Aiden go to your room, and Sinbad looks a little shell shocked, slightly. His eyes are still kind of like dilated a little bit, and
Sib, are you okay?
I looked at the mirror and
the mirror-
lived.
and the mirror looked back.
In the mirror.
Oh,
So, what I learned, he calls himself the Observer. He was Nero. He is from both the past and the future. He gave me the mirror specifically to talk to him in order to help me defeat Nero, though I don't know why me specifically, because I ran out of questions.
All right. As you say this, even once you get to this whole part where he exists in the past and the future, Bree doesn't really look like that phases her at all. And she thinks on it, and she says,
well, he did say to give it to you, but honestly, I want to try it sometime just so I can see him again.
I suppose we could use it to talk to Moltres, too. Because, from what we can tell, we're going to have to go there anyway.
she kind of rubs her chin, and she's like,
Well, I'm not sure if we necessarily have to. I've been thinking about it, and well, if we kill Nero, I mean, yeah, he's got a clone over there, but I mean, it's not like the Ring of Winter that he's wearing would go to him. That's probably what caused him to go so crazy in the first place. And if he's not wearing it, wouldn't he come back to his senses? And if he exists in the past and the future, then wouldn't it be the case that if we left a clone and we destroyed the Ring of Winter, wouldn't his clone come back to life, thus enabling him to become the Observer eventually?
Well, here's the thing. The Observer exists in the nothing. See, definitely the same one that Sigurd saw, which is probably why this mirror is not good for your health. But because of that, it's possible he became two completely different entities when he entered the nothing when he was trying to kill legendaries. It might have almost destroyed his normal self, and that is why he went for the Ring of Winter.
she just kind of blinks a few times and says,
Are you sure you're not jumping to conclusions, Sib?
He shrugs. I've been right about weirder things than that.
I don't know. I mean, we don't really have any evidence saying that he did anything with this nothingness. I mean, what I said is equally as plausible. We killed the current Nero, get the Ring of Winter off of him. Nero goes into the clone, and then eventually becomes atemporal and becomes the Observer.
I mean, the factor. Well, I mean, I guess there could only be one Nero, and that's the Observer, and then Krya is the other Nero. If that's the case, then
Let's not talk about time shenanigans too much, Sib.
well, no, I'm just saying if that's the case, then if we kill this Nero, the clone will never happen. If Krya's piloting this Nero. If not, well, we're gonna have to play whack-a-mole.
I mean, it depends on what you consider. if the ring is like completely vacated his soul from his body, or if his soul is just kind of being manipulated, or if it's being held hostage. We don't really know. I guess that's something to ask the observer.
It could be some complicated, wacky thing like me, but more cry-y.
Oh, Seb.
She just kind of pats his shoulder and heads into her room.
She's like, "You are dumb."
Dad was right about you.
Ow!
She doesn't say that. She does not say that.
He said put up a grave for him already.
All right. So, are you guys going to bed?
It should be like well into the evening now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Sinbad will have to spend an hour to unattune to the mirror.
Okay. Yeah, you can short rest and unattune to it. Okay. So, you guys perhaps eat the hull Jameson and Ezek brought in, and work on the armor, and head off to bed. You're going in your rooms, or are you guys gonna sleep somewhere different?
Bree's probably going to be in her room.
All right.
Aiden's definitely going to his room.
We're gonna sleep in our rooms until we realize that there's a visitor every single night. Then we might not do that anymore.
Okay, well, you all get the benefits of a long rest, except for Aiden. For you have a similar nightmare of trying to rush to your father's forge in Calder, trying to save him. You see him take the fight outside his forge. You're still kind of like trying to run to him while you're just kind of stuck in place as fast as you can. But he seems to be fending them off. He seems to be cutting them down with the various weapons he's forged and made, and their strikes with their daggers glance off his armor, and it seems like he's victorious. But then you see a figure just kind of rise from the snow and take form into this long feline-like entity with two swords as teeth, as it's behind him, lurching on him, ready to pounce, and you're trying to get to him with all you can. You're trying to scream to him to tell him to turn around, but nothing will come out. And it rears up its head and lunges at him as you wake up in a cold sweat. And vengeance is all you remember when you wake up. You do not get the benefits of a long rest, and you take 1 point of exhaustion. All right, but everyone else wakes up just fine. Just like Sabrina and Saban. That was a nice nap.
You're not looking so good, Aiden.
Nightmare.
What kind of nightmare?
We have a lot of those.
I don't want to talk most of it, but do you know who is back?
Oh, great. Alright, well, I guess we can't stay out too long then.
Well, we slowed him down at least.
We gotta figure out how we're gonna do this.
I mean, if I just stay in the fort, he shouldn't come this way.
She nods and says,
Yeah, I guess that's one way to do it.
Sigurd says I should stay with them to keep them safe.
I guess that's fair. After all, our fort isn't impregnable.
Yeah, maybe we should put a gate on this thing. If I remember right, the opening is literally just wide open.
That's definitely not the worst idea you've ever had, Sib. Alright, I guess it'll be just you and me going to the Expedition Society then.
I'm probably just gonna try to work in the armor.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
at least first things first, we should see how Thor is doing.
Right.
so we're going to go to the scrying eye and try to zoom in on Thor.
All right. What's the DC save on this again? It's 15. Let me just get the stat block out here. Okay. And scrying. Okay. You have secondhand knowledge of him, so that's a +5 for him. And you don't get anything for the connection. Or actually, I'll give you the -2 just because you know kind of what he looks like, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we at least saw his echo.
Yeah, he's bronze flag on, most likely.
Okay. So that will be a total of +3 with that's what with all the scrying modifiers.
All right.
Knowledge is secondhand, connection is likeness or picture.
All
Okay.
right. And I'm assuming the scales from his double don't count.
No, those won't count because
Okay.
it's a different creature.
All right, I didn't think so. Just making sure.
All right.
Cross your fingers, boys.
All right. Here, actually, I'll roll it in chat just to prove I'm not stonewalling you. I'm not gonna put in the Well, I'll put in the modifier. All right. He has +2. +3, so +5. A total of +5 he has against it.
Trying to beat a 15.
I put it in nice discussion, but yeah.
Yeah.
He got a 22. So
Yeah.
Sadly, it does not catch.
No good, he's got too much psychological resistance. Gonna have to try again tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe Alderion knows sending.
Well, you can ask him before we leave.
Even though Alderion's like down the hall, he's gonna shout, Alderion, can you cast sending on Thor?
He's in the library.
Yeah, and the observe thing is literally like in the hallway, so like literally it's just down the hall from us.
Well, he does not respond.
He's not the type to yell, Sib. You're gonna have to go in after him.
It's inefficient. Alright, Sinbad's gonna walk towards Alderion.
You see him like kind of astutely reading books. Were you raised in a barn? I'm not going to respond to you like that.
Sinbad's just gonna be like, very, very funny. I wasn't raised in a grand palace. Anyway. we're trying to find Thor, but he, understandably is resisting our attempts to locate him. Is there any means that you think you could have that would help us find him? Sending message, whatever.
If I were in my former stature, I could possibly do something, but all I have is, well, it's actually ancient draconic abilities. You probably know them as the Bless Spell, Cure Wounds, Slow, Suggestion, and Zone of Truth. That's all I have. At the moment, anyway.
Well, I guess we'll just keep trying brute force until the armor gets made, where we'll have something better.
Quite. Do you have anything else, or did you just... Anything else you're gonna scream at me before you leave?
Probably not. No guarantees.
Okay. Well, leave me to my books.
Sinbad makes a mental note to give Eldirion a screaming book with Pandora. Oh, man. All right.
Oh my gosh.
It's gonna come back to Sabrina and me like, he's too civilized.
She just kind of shrugs.
Well, are you ready to go?
I think so. Everyone else has the Fort Manned. We have the blueprints this time.
All right. Well, I hope you're at the top of your game. All right. You're paying the teleportation tax this time.
All right. How much is that?
No, it's 50 gold.
Okay. It's still less than walking through the gate.
But that's true.
All right. We teleport then.
All right. So you see this from a different perspective, Aiden and Sigurd, as they just begin to phase away through a portal until you two end up in the basement of Alabaster's shop.
Okay.
As you see him like peek his head down, I know we had an agreement, but this is getting really tiresome having you appear in my basement every day.
I know, sorry. This might be the last you see of us for a little bit, though, so,
Well, I like your money, so if you're gonna bring me that'd be wonderful.
well, unfortunately, we're not here on business, to purchase anything this time.
Okay, very well. You put up a no loitering sign.
She's going to quickly leave the establishment so as to not irk him any further.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as for yesterday, you've come to a relatively clean but ruined Calder.
Yeah, as before, Sinbad obviously put the Aiden's glasses on before they teleported.
Okay. Where do you intend to go?
Over to the little building where Apollo typically has his meetings.
All right. There appears to be activity around there with a guard detail at the doors.
Well, it looks like they're gearing up for a raid.
Well, I hope that this intel we have goes well.
Yeah. Hopefully better than any of the other times I've tried to do something like this.
She's gonna approach one of the guards and say,
Excuse me, does Commander Apollo have any spare time?
Oh. As you approach these guards here, they both regard you. There's a Swellow and a Vicavolt. The Swellow says to you, "You, who are you? Oh wait, aren't you those Pokemon who were banned from crossing the gate?"
Yes, but we also saved 3 of your fellow Expedition Society members at one point.
He kind of taps his beak on the door as you a familiar Decidui opens the door, and you see Apollo in the back of a table where it seems like they're planning something.
"All right. What time of the day is it?"
It'd be early in the morning since you just got up from a
Okay.
long rest.
Yeah.
Good morning, Hila.
Oh, you're Aiden's friends, aren't you?
She nods.
Yeah, we've brought the thing that Apollo requested a while back, as well as some intel, but obviously I won't divulge the details out in the open.
Apollo watches over. You got the. He looks. Come inside.
All right.
Yeah. He takes you to this familiar kind of like war room that you had the zone of the meeting with the hallowed flames and himself.
Mhm.
He says to you, "Let's see."
All right. Sabrina will take the gate schematics out of her bag and lay them in front of him.
And I'm going to actually, I'm trying to remember how this thing works. Yeah, I'll do it. I'm going to subtle cast detect thoughts on Hila.
That only lasts a minute, I should warn you.
Yeah, that's what I was checking for, and I might burn through a few spell slots, but I think it's worth it for science.
Okay. Right now, as Apollo seems intrigued in the map, she seems a little annoyed in her mind. He's like, and he looks at them and he says, "Yeah, this is legit Umbra. These look like the real thing. You found the Dark Duchess?"
Yes.
Correct.
Well, it's good to hear those weren't just rumors.
Yeah, well, it certainly wasn't easy. Basically the entire ship was made out of mimics.
Oh, it makes sense why those things would propagate here, considering the state of the ice continent. But
Yeah.
these will do. Commander Uriel will be very pleased we've found these schematics.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Sinbad nods. And then he says, we also think we might have some information about who or what Queen is.
Ila's mind goes to both intrigue and fear. I'll say it's run out in this minute.
Yeah. He'll probably reapply the spell.
Well, wait until you ask the next question.
Wait until
Yeah.
you get to another line of question or something, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that is...
We think that she is a dragon similar to the one that attacked Kaldir. The one that Ela dispatched. And he's gonna gesture to her a little bit, just kind of like, normally. But, this is clearly him trying to get time to cast another subtle spell out.
The intrigue is gone, and the fear is kind of more prevalent right now. Is that so? That's... seems a little crazy, don't you think? The queen is not a dragon.
He nods and he's like, so something we've been doing out here is dispatching those when we catch word of them because of what they did to Kaldir. And we just barely dispatched of another one. And it tried to bargain with us. The Queen's men moving to a new location, not in the ruins, but somewhere else.
Commander Apollo, didn't you say your men dispatched a beast like the one I dealt with? Now you hear desperation in her voice, in her mind. He says, yes, they did. I wanted to keep that under wraps, but that's where we found one of the seals, the seal that you gave to the queen.
Bree just kind of looks at the ground in shame.
My men reported it being nothing but a wild beast. Exactly. It doesn't really make sense that if they are really doing this, these are nothing but wild beasts conjured by the meteor.
Oh, they've been growing much stronger, and they've been growing very rapidly ever since they showed up on the continent.
Sinbad nods. When Ela dispatched the reincarnated form of the white one that we destroyed, it was much bigger than when we fought it last time. And we suspect there might be more out there, potentially as many as there are seals if yours was guarding one. And if it is the queen, would it not keep those close to its chest?
Yes, but the ones I dispatched, the one Apollo dispatched, and the one you said you dispatched prior, were nothing but wild beasts. And the queen existed far before they sprung up.
Well, we actually have a name for this one, and its name is Belladonna.
It's, I'll say this is the end of the spell, but now you're sensing a lot of fear. Like, it's like burning red fear right now. When you're They have names?
I told you they're growing rapidly and they're getting smarter. The one we got rid of was named Thor, and the one before that was named Vorgoth.
But there's the contradiction. How did the queen exist before these dragons?
How do you know they didn't already exist and they were just growing?
But that's what I'm saying. It seems like they were just stupid wild beasts before, when we were here on the continent before. And now you're saying
some of them,
you say it took time for them to gain sentience, right? Correct?
least the ones we've run into, there's nothing saying that they couldn't be more wise at an earlier stage. I mean, after all, these are individual dragons. Each of us is an individual. I don't see why they couldn't be. Forgoth
If
and
I
Thor
recall
had-
right, even the smaller ones we found had minions, domination or control of some kind. Even if they weren't at complete sapience, they were definitely creating a power structure which would align with the way Queen operates. It's possible that Queen once was a normal Pokemon, but we also don't know the full effects of the meteorite here. It's possible that she tried to get a little bit more than she could chew off and became Belladonna.
I said before your detect thoughts has kind of run its minute before with that last reading. So,
Yeah, I mean, am I allowed to reapply it?
well, you can apply it whenever you want. Just tell
As
me.
long as you got the spell slots.
Yeah.
Keep going. We keep
Okay.
going.
All right. So back on this this train of thought here. Well, when my men dealt with this dragon, they said it had scales black as ebony. It didn't have any minions per se, but there were a bunch of bandits trying to take the treasure.
That must not have been Belladonna then. Must have been someone else.
But that doesn't make any sense, you see, because you said the dragons were working with these dragons.
What do you mean?
Well, they're working with Belladonna. Why wouldn't Belladonna want to take from her competition? It would centralize her power.
And I mean, that's what Queen does, as we know. She's trying to take all of the power from her competition, like you, the Hallowed Flames, Abolition. It's totally in her modus operandi.
Ela says, do you have any ideas where this Belladonna is?
Is there a map on the table?
Yes.
Bree immediately points to the spot and says,
Right there.
Where are you pointing?
oh, right, I have a map.
Yeah.
Right there.
Detect thoughts is going right now, Sinbad?
Yeah.
There's relief. You're focusing on Ela, right?
Yep.
All right. Yeah, there's relief. Right there, huh?
Yeah.
Well, what do you wish to do with this information?
Well, I think that, well, if we take her out, then we've effectively just taken out the Queen. They will have nothing left to rally to. If we're going to make an attack like that, it makes sense, especially because it's so close to the Hallowed Flames, and we have to get down the mountain to get to the gate. It's in our way either way.
Actually, Commander Apollo, I think it's maybe these two are onto something here. The fear is slowly going away. Maybe we can get some allies from the Hallowed Flames to go there with them and offer some of our allies, and we can deliver a silver bullet to the Queen. And you'll have a lot of support. I'm still of half a mind to just take the ruins from them. What did you two plan to do with this information?
Well, we planned to lay it out there. We don't know how much you want to work with us necessarily, but I more or less figured that you might want, depending on how much support, either we send a stronger but smaller team to fight Belladonna, or we send in a large army. I don't really know what you're thinking of here, but there's a few options available to us that we could discuss. Perhaps taking the ruins at the same time would still be a valid choice. They would have nowhere to fall back to, but really it would require more planning than just one conversation.
The reading you last get from Ela is confidence and relief with the fear waning. And she says, yeah, I think they have a good they're on to something here. I think we send a big enough force with them that we can take out this Belladonna.
Well, that's certainly promising to hear. We're actually planning to go to the Hallowed Flames to try to muster up even more power to make things as not deadly as possible, put it lightly.
Yes, they have
Yeah.
they have healers with them and capable warriors. The dragons my men went up against, they told me wasn't easy. So I think if numbers are on our side, we'll have the upper hand. So are we going to do this plan then? We can trust these two? Well, trust is...
Yeah, Sinbad will look at Apollo, kind of knowing that it's one, his decision, and two, also giving him a look like, well, it's up to you if you trust us or not.
Okay, but if you two let me down again...
Bree, like, she looks really scared when he says that.
I can organize some of my we're planning for raiding the ruins, and I don't want to call off everything for this what could potentially be a wild goose chase.
Yeah, Sinbad nods and he's like, while we've tracked them, there is not a complete chance of success. However, I am confident in the information.
And I think Commander Uriel will be none too pleased if you do the same thing, because currently they're stubborn, those priests and paladins of the sacred of the hallowed flame. They want to press the gate, and believe me, especially now that we have this, that is in our mind, but we want to get rid of the queen as soon as possible. And if this will get rid of her, if you know where she is, then this might work. And Ela is the smugness and slyness that's in her mind right now.
It's like, well, it's our best guess anyway as to Belladonna's location. I think it's worth at least checking out.
Okay. Do you guys plan on heading there anytime soon?
Relatively soon. You'll hear from me through sending. As far as who you send with us, should you ultimately decide to do so, I would advise a single, more capable unit rather than several lesser ones, because at the strength these dragons are now, several lesser units are just going to get vaporized by dragon breath attacks.
Yes, I would send someone among our ranks that's... You see, we're not as strong as the Hallowed Flames. We've sent back a lot of the rookies, but there are some who can hold their own. And we'll send them with you.
Thank you for your time, Apollo. We really appreciate that you're giving us this. I don't know how many chances it's been at this point.
Well, don't make this go to waste.
She just kind of timidly nods and turns
Or-
around to leave.
Okay. Are you leaving too, Sinbad?
Yeah.
Okay.
Though he might have one more subtle cast on Ela just to see what she thinks while they're leaving.
It's kind of this, like I said, it's just kind of a smug relief. Yeah, it's just
Interesting.
like you get the feeling this conversation went exactly how she wanted it to go, or it pivoted exactly how she wanted it to go. Unless you want to pry deeper. But
Yeah, we're not.
Yeah.
We're not doing that.
All right. Okay, you guys are outside.
Well, that went well.
Yeah.
Before you guys say anything, where are you going to talk?
Yeah.
Not
I was
here.
like,
Bree is going to. Well, is Sib going to give her some sort of indication that he needs to talk to her privately?
I mean, he might head towards like the old house we had, I guess.
Yeah, that's still intact. Like your room is still kind of intact. You spoke to the door is kind of off its hinges, but it's still there.
All right.
Sib, why are you heading that way?
And he's gonna be like, well, let's go look at what used to be.
She's gonna go right, and she's just gonna kind of follow him to it.
Okay.
All right, so we're in there now.
Yeah, you open the room, kind of put it back on its hinges.
Yeah, ward ourselves off.
Yeah, she puts the ward on the door.
Okay.
It's gonna be like, all right, so I did some snooping on Ela while
Give me just a second. Myra, are you here?
You don't hear anything. And if you really suspect her of being there, do a perception check.
Okay. $20.
You're pretty sure she's not in this room. You like feeling around for invisible people. And...
All right, it's just you and me. What's up?
So from what I did some snooping on Ela while we were chatting, and from what I can tell, we definitely put her off kilter, and she was trying to deflect as much as she could at the start because she was afraid of something. But once we pointed out on the map where Belladonna is, then she immediately flipped into relief and smugness, almost as if she was planning for it.
What? We've got the wrong place?
Potentially we have the wrong place, but it's hard to say because I'm pretty sure that Ela's working with Grimir.
Well, what do we do now?
And Sinbad just kind of shrugs. He's like, I don't really know. We can't peer into one of the dragon layers to try to figure out where they are. Maybe we could spy on Snot and see him go into a place. Or we just scout it out ourselves to make certain beforehand. It's not like Apollo would be. I mean, he wouldn't be thrilled, but if we go up and say we did a second scout and they moved, he might suspect us, but at least he'd be less upset than if he sent his troops with us and found nothing.
Yeah.
But we
Yeah.
gotta find something out concrete.
We gotta
I
do it
don't know
fast.
why Ela wants us to go this way or wants things to go this way.
Well, isn't it
Obvi-
obvious?
She obviously has beef with Moira, but I don't understand why fighting the dragon is terrifying her and why it's also not.
Probably because she's working with the dragon, maybe? Maybe she's made a deal with the dragon?
To take out Moira.
Probably,
But,
potentially.
If so, that means it will be impossible to get to direct an assault on the dragon then, because if we tell Apollo, he'll tell Ela, who will tell the dragon, and we are not going to be able to convince him he can't trust Ela, especially when we are in a situation where we know who Queen is and we know who the other Queen is.
She like sits against the wall and slumps down a bit, and she's like,
Why can't anything ever just go right, Sib?
And he just shrugs and he's like, I don't know. I've never known anything going right. It's just how things go. Has anything ever been easy? You make it sound like I learned magic easily, but I assure you that it kind of comes out of me at an inopportune time, and that's how I learned that I have it. And that usually involves collateral damage on your end. I guess what I'm saying is, while things aren't easy or simple, they are learnable.
I don't even know where we're gonna look to try to find where the dragon actually is. What? What was it Alderion said about where Belladonna would like to be? Her preferred environment?
I mean, I would have thought it would have been the forest, honestly. But he did say caves too, so if not that mountain, which one?
I don't know, and that's the thing. I don't know how we could possibly find out. I mean, Moira told us that this is where it is, at least according to her intelligence. Well, then again, she kind of just said she's seen them going in there. And we saw them heading in that direction.
Well, then it means that we are probably close. Just not the right side, or perhaps we are missing some other detail. There is a mountain that crosses through the gate. Perhaps it's there. Perhaps not. We might need to break into smaller groups and search, and maybe working with the MDRA would be helpful. Well, I should say looking for Grimir might be helpful in this scenario because we know she's involved. She might provide the answer we're looking for because she's working with Ela and the dragon as well, presumably. At the very least, she's working with Ela.
I guess if it's our only lead.
My guess is if Belladonna isn't where we're pointing to, that's just where she leads the minions to, which means There has to be some kind of a connection that she can make to take the offerings from there to where she really is, or have a servant able to go through there. There has to be some connection. It's one of those two. Either one, I think, will work for us to be able to trace her down. At least now I have proof that she's dirty, ugly swine that I can go tell Aiden. I should have asked more about Aiden around her, honestly. I really want to know that much about her. Why is she obsessed with gaining his favor? What does he have that she would want?
Divide and conquer. If she can get him on her side, then he's not working with us. And in fact, would probably actively be detrimental to us. We should probably be talking about this with him.
Like, I feel like she wants something from him, not just plans, but yes. Is there anything else we need to do out here? I don't know if the Hallowed Flames still have their tent over here or not. This place is a mess.
They probably do, but I can't think of anything we'd want to ask them. I guess we could... I wonder how long it would... Let's go talk to Brunhilde. It would save us a trip to Camp Daybreak. Potentially.
Yeah.
Alright, she's going, nothing else to talk about?
Alright, I guess we're gonna go over to the Hallowed Flames
Yeah.
Caldier Command Tent.
Take the ward and go to the Hallowed Flames.
Aiden.
Assuming it's still there.
Oh,
So you're passing the day, working on the armor until you hear a yell echo through the keep. It's Jameson. And he's saying, Sabrina, 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 Sinbad, Sinbad, someone, Pandora, Retheritrix, someone.
Aiden's gonna just drop what he's working on and go look for Jameson.
As you walk down the stairs, the main stairs in the center of the keep, you walk up to see Jameson with the door wide open. And he says, "Oh, Aiden, guess what we found? Guess what we found?" And you hear some screaming off in the coming from outside as Izak is dragging in a Nidoran wearing roguish attire.
Oh.
Yeah, I helped so much. While Izak was killing crabs, he was teaching me, I saw something moving off in the distance, and it was one of these Queen's men. Ah, oh, please let me go! Ah! And Izak just kind of like holds him up high. What do we do with him? I suggest we kill him.
I don't know what we're supposed to do in this situation, if they might know anything, and in that case, maybe...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you should let me go. You should let me go. Yeah, that's right.
He just stands there awkwardly.
Yeah, what do we do with them? Like I said, kill him. It's what I was kind of hired to do, but you are here, so I ask first. If you are not here, I would just kill him. So, if you don't know what to do with them, I'll take him out back and deal with them.
I don't really know how to interrogate.
So take him out back and deal with him then.
I mean, I'd prefer if we learned anything.
Well, what do we do with him then?
We don't have a good place to just throw him and wait for the others to get back, and maybe they figure that out.
Not that I know. I'm already babysitting doorstop. I don't want to babysit some thug.
Oh, I know.
Aiden's actually going to pull out Holy Venture and use the Zone of Truth.
Oh, okay. Oh, this is funny feeling. I'm gonna roll one for Isaac. He failed. Jameson.
Oh my gosh.
Jameson got 18, but I think that's a fail still.
I think the pass is like a 20, isn't it?
Yeah.
The thug, I literally think he'd need to get a nat 20 to pass it, and he doesn't. He got an 18, but...
And I don't think I can pass that because it's a wisdom save, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I literally can't pass that.
All right. What did you do to me?
Oh, that's probably going to work better than anything. What were you doing out here?
He goes to, like, open his mouth, but nothing comes out. He's making these weird contortings. Why can't I talk?
He's gonna look maybe a little smug at this, considering that it's actually working, but he's not gonna say why it's not working.
I was just... I wanted to steal stuff. From these two. What? Wait, what? Please, just let me go.
Well, that's probably about what I was expecting, but, Oh, I know.
Aiden's actually gonna go towards that one room that we found in the library. The one that had the trapdoor or whatever it was.
Keep in mind, Alderion's in there now.
Shoot, you're right.
Alderion, we...
Who is this screaming buffoon? Is this another one of your guards? Please let me go!
More like one of, the Queen's men, but... Isaac wants to kill him, but I feel like if we wait for Sabrina and Sinbad to get back, maybe we can learn a little more.
Well, I'm trying to read. Put him somewhere else.
I don't really know where else we can put him that's going to,
That's your
and
problem.
I don't want to use like killing him right now.
Well, then that's your problem. Kill him?
Considering who we know the Queen works, or who the Queen's men work for, Alderion, maybe we can get information on Belladonna.
Do a persuasion. Keep in mind you're exhausted.
Oh, yeah, that's... Well, somehow I have proficiency in this. That's only a +2 now.
I do not want him here in my dwelling. Get the oaf to sit on him for 12 hours, whatever it takes. Just get him out of here. He's making me lose my concentration.
In that case,
On a layout of the keep.
yeah, I wish I had a better. I can't see the map right now, so
I'll give it to you.
thank you.
Yeah.
I'm looking for a good room that works right now for him. I'm sorry that I'm trying to figure out what the heck to hold him. Wondering if there's any rooms here that have doors on them.
They all have at the bottom floor. They all have doors on. Well,
Let's see. No one's in here right now, correct?
no. That is full of musical instruments, and that's kind of the like a concert hall, sort of. These rooms have doors on them. These.
Oh, okay. Hold up. This room right here is...
Yeah, there's a few hammers and pickaxes in there, and a few chairs.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, the problem is we have to take all that out first.
Okay.
But, funny enough, I've actually got a pretty good idea of what to do here.
Okay.
Probably gonna put him in there and actually use the exquisite lock that we picked up.
Oh, okay. So, you're kind of cleaning it out of all the hammers, and you got to kind of drag the cases outside. Are you leaving chairs and tables in there?
No, I think the best idea is just to actually keep the room bare.
Yeah.
I don't want him coming up with any amount of idea to find a way out of there.
Yeah. And as you clean it out, Izek just like one hand just tosses him in there and shuts the door.
And yeah, Aiden will throw the lock on since he knows he could just lockpick it back open.
Yeah. So you just hear screaming and just banging coming from the room. Okay. Back to hunting and wood gathering doorstop. Yeah, that was really fun. That was so exciting. That was, usually we just find crabs and fish. I didn't expect to find like a guy there. Oh, you get used to it. Have to keep head on swivel. You okay, little green?
He doesn't actually look annoyed being called that for once. He just kind of looks at Isaac.
Actually, yeah, I think I'm fine. Makes sense you do want to be aware of what's going on out there with all the Queensmen and other things.
If I find another one of them, if there's one, there's probably more. Do you want me to just... He just does the, like, thing across the neck.
He shrinks maybe just a little bit before thinking about it and just...
I guess.
Okay, because once they know where we live now, they're just gonna come again. Have to stomp out problem at root.
I didn't think about it like that.
Yes, this is why you hire me.
Well, thanks for just holding him while I was trying to figure out what to do.
Yeah. Wow, you're so smart, Isaac. I didn't think of it that way. Yeah. He just takes a swig.
Aiden's actually going to pull out 10 gold and hand it to...
Oh,
and
gladly.
split between both of them.
Oh, gladly. I'll take that. Yeah, your share of a doorstop. For being good lookout. Oh, I'll be even a better lookout this time. I'll look out while chopping down wood and killing crabs and scaling fish and everything. Yes, let us go. As the two just kind of stomp back outside.
He looks back towards the locked door.
Yeah, there's just still banging and screaming coming from it. It's kind of muffled, so Aldirion's probably not bothered by it, because it's kind of farther away.
I really should have made a key for that lock. I can just get him out later.
And he's going to go back to working on the armor.
Back to Sabrina and Sibet.
All right. Okay, we head over to where we think the encampment should still be, assuming it's still there.
It is still there.
All right.
There is less detail there, though. There's not as many. There's the commander tent, where you do hear murmurs of Brunhilde's accent coming from it.
All right. She's going to pull a page out of Renyl's book in Minor Illusion and knock.
Before you even
my
get to
God.
the tent, the
Okay.
the guards stop you,
Oh, okay.
and they cast a spell in front of you. Do a wisdom saving throw.
I'll just fail.
Okay.
Oh wait.
It's a
Yeah,
wisdom
it's
save, isn't it charisma? Or am I insane?
Oh wait, is
Yeah,
it?
I thought it was. I thought it was charisma too.
Oh,
I
it
was
is
like, if it's a wisdom save, I'm afraid.
yeah, it is a charisma save. Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
It's a familiar spell.
Okay,
Yeah.
Did I say
Bree's
this
not-
was
Bree's
gonna
not
roll
gonna
too?
resist it.
Shoot.
Yeah, Sinbad won't resist it. He could probably pass it if he did, though.
They go through the usual questions. Do you work for the queen?
No.
Are you the queen?
No.
Nope.
Will you leak any information that you are told in this tent?
No.
Very well, you may enter.
All right.
All right, you're gonna go through the tent flap.
Yep.
All right, and you see Brunhilde there with another guard, Monferno guard, wearing the plate armor of the Hallowed Flame, and she sees you two, and says, "Oh, Sabrina, Sinbad. Oh, Sinbad. My stars, what happened to you?"
I got big.
I can see that. Well, that's I guess congratulations is in order. When Pokemon reach that stage in their life, it's not really a stage, is it? It's more like with experience, right?
Usually, though, I guess my species is a special case.
Oh yeah, that is true.
It's met those conditions out there, which surprised me.
Well, why have you come here?
Well, we think we might know the whereabouts of one of those dragons, and we were wondering if the Hallowed Flames would be willing to help us take care of it.
Well, you see, that's another distraction there, Sabrina. The Expedition Society is pushing us to go for the Queen, and now you're bringing up a dragon when we're trying to laser focus on the gate right now.
We think that the queen and this dragon are one and the same, and could be living closer to Camp Daybreak than anyone else.
The dragon? Or wasn't that just some wild beast?
No, well, at the time, but they're growing very quickly out here, and they get smarter as they do. We've fought other ones. They knew how to talk, and the most recent one even had strategy and cunning to its combat.
Well, like I told you before, normally the Hallowed Flames are duty sworn to take care of beasts and terrors like this, but right now we're trying to focus on the gate.
Yeah, Sinbad nods. I understand. We're just wondering if perhaps you could help us by sending someone, maybe Loki or anyone else available to help us with this. We don't need a lot, but even a little support will go a long ways for our encounter with this.
Well, that would be Commander Uriel who would be in charge of something like that, but even I hear they're mobilizing right now. They plan to hit the gate by the end of the month.
Well, I guess we'll have to talk to Commander Uriel, but it wouldn't hurt to get your input. The we're trying to get help from the Expedition Society to help us take care of this dragon, and you know that they want to take care of the gate as well. If we take care of the dragon, they may be more willing to help with the gate.
If this dragon we suspect is the queen, and if we're right, if we dispatch the queen, then their efforts will return to the gate. We're still trying to make sure we're correct. We still have some scouting we want to do, but we wanted to let you know that this is something we brought up, or that we're exploring, I should say.
Well, all I know here, Sabrina Sinbad, is that the Hallowed Flames feel, this queen has distracted us time and time and time again. And we feel she's going to plot something regardless. And we feel we should just go on forth and trying to secure that gate. Because once we secure that gate, we'll be closer to the eastern side of the continent. But that I'm only speaking my opinion. And I have faith in Commander Uriel's judgment when it comes to this.
You said the end of the month?
The end of the month, yes. That's still...
What if we can get it done by the end of the month?
Get what done?
Taking care of this dragon. We wouldn't need a squadron or anything like that. Just one capable individual.
Well, that's the thing. If you're fighting something really formidable, our numbers are stretched real thin right now.
That's why I only ask for one.
If we can do this, again, the Expedition Society will have... Well, they won't have anything else to target. Their target will be neutralized, and then the efforts to the gate will be redoubled. What we once had, what's being diverted, will no longer be diverted. At least that's what we're thinking. We're just trying to help as many angles as we can.
I've just heard that the Expedition Society wants to seize the ruins because they want to make a base of operation there. And that's fine and all, but I think our priorities should be towards that gate. And if you take one of our stronger members to take on something as fearsome as one of those draconic beasts flying around, if something happens to that, that's someone we lose for the battle to come.
We know that it's going to be a poison dragon, right?
Alderion told you as much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brunhilde, we need the Hallowed Flames. There's a lot that arcane magic can do, but you clerics, their abjuration is even more powerful than mine. I can't do anything. We have basically no resistance. We have almost no resistance against poison, and that's what we're going to be up against.
Well, if you're confident in this plan, one of the Flame Keepers at Camp Daybreak can... And now, I'm not in command of something like this, but they can conjure food that will help you in a battle, but the components for it cost a lot. And if you can convince them, that's probably what they can offer you. If you're confident that this will take out the queen, it's going to be hard to convince them to take one of our soldiers, and it might be even harder to take some of our more valuable resources.
What kind of components are we looking at?
1,000 gold is what this... A bowl. 1,000... Well, it's basically 1,000 gold.
We can supply that.
Well, they can possibly help you, but it only lasts 24 hours.
Which is probably, depending on... She kind of looks to Sib and sighs and says, "We'll consider it. Thanks, Brunhilde."
Yeah, I'm sorry I can't be much help to you, but there's crazy times right now, they are.
Yeah, well, we'd rather check and see rather than never ask.
Mm-hmm. I do appreciate it. Where's Sigurd and Aiden?
They're back where we're considering HQ for the time being.
Oh, and where's that?
Elsewhere.
You're gonna have to be a little more specific.
It's...
She looks to Sib, like, should we tell them?
We're based out in the middle of the continent. We found a location that got cleared out, and we decided to settle down there since it gave us a bit more access to these pain points in the continent, as well as getting us a bit closer to Camp Daybreak, though our only real connection with the Expedition Society is over here, so we return here from time to time.
How much closer is it to...
Map.
Yeah.
To Camp Daybreak than to Calder? Yeah, we're gonna need the map. I'm like...
It's definitely closer to Camp Daybreak than it is to Calder.
I'd say 2 to 3 days journey.
And how big is this dwelling?
Pretty big.
Sinbad shrugs. It's got enough to have a few people. I think it might have been made by I don't remember their name right now.
The Jotun.
Yeah, the Jotun.
Could it possibly house some of our... How close is it to the gate?
It's not closer to the gate than Camp Daybreak.
Well, if you go by a straight line, if you go going around the mountain, it takes a bit longer. So it takes about a day to get to the gate from there.
That sounds somewhere like we could house all our soldiers then. If it's... How large is it, you said?
It's
Brunhilde, I don't know if
basically
that's...
a few cabins, this place. Like I said, it's not very far away. And we don't stay there all the time. We leave a lot, we enter a lot.
Well, could it...
Might move again.
How many of our soldiers or Pokemon do you think it could house?
Am I allowed to do like a history check to think how many people could hold up at the igloos?
At the igloos.
Oh yeah, he's been alluding to the igloos this whole time. You see how good he's doing at the half truths.
Ah, interesting. Okay, okay? Looking at the igloos, if you're talking about the igloos, you think like, oh yeah, because you said the Jotun made it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so, you think like they're pretty big too, since they grow like Sigurd. So you think like a good like 75, 80 could house in these things?
It's not that.
Yeah, he'll probably be 60, depending on how many resources you bring down with you if you need a tent specifically for materials.
The exact spot that you go up the mountain to get
Yeah.
It's in the quadrant, but that doesn't mean they've seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't, just because it's there doesn't mean they found it. Because we had to dig it out, if I recall right.
Yeah. You've passed by that quadrant many times, and you only found it that one time you went through it.
Interesting.
Well, that lie's going to fall apart pretty quickly because Bree said it was a 2 days journey, and that's not even a day's journey. Camp Daybreak.
This one day.
So it seems like you're telling me two different things here. You said it's closer, but it seems like it's closer to the wall.
Yeah, Bree just kind of gives Sinbad a.
Or did you mean
look.
it? Did you mean it's closer to the other gate, this gate?
Sinbad's gonna be like, it's kind of in the middle.
I thought you meant this gate.
Yeah, it's not the eastern gate. It's like, so I don't know how you usually get down from Camp Daybreak. If you continued east of it along the mountain, that way would be faster. But if you come down the mountain to the west, then you would be able to hole up at this location.
Okay. Do a
The other thing,
deception
too.
roll to patch up this lie.
All right.
One thing is, this route here like an actual path, or is this just a spot that we discovered?
That's the Sabrina knows the way to go.
Yeah.
Oh my
Natural
god!
20.
Wow.
She says, "Well, I could see where all the confusion was coming from. I thought you were talking about this gate, and that would have been so helpful if we had a clear path to it. But if there is a camp there, that means we don't have to climb up the mountain. That might be a good spot to convene and maybe set up a camp if there's really some shelters there."
Yeah, we had to essentially shovel it out. That's why it was hard to notice the first time.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, we'll keep an eye out for that. And you don't mind us using it. You just said you're not using it all the time anyway.
Yeah, well, when we're out and about, we're not there, and we might find another place down the road if it suits us. That's why I'm just telling you this, because we can't always be up to date, and so if we leave, we might as well let someone else use it, and if we find somewhere else, then that's fine too.
Well, we don't want to steal a place you're hunkering down, so we'll of course let you still we'll accommodate you even if you're there while we're still there. But if luck will have it, we'll be at the gate and you'll have the place all to yourselves again. Hope I'm not imposing sounds like I'm trying to steal your dwelling.
He kind of shakes his head. We can't possibly take up all that space by ourselves. That's why I offered it.
All right then. Well, is there anything else you wanted to talk about?
Bree just kind of shakes her head.
Yeah, I think Sinbad will nod and be like, "Yeah, I think that's everything."
All right. Well, best of luck for you two. Flame be with you.
You too.
All right.
And Bree's going to step outside of the tent.
You are so lucky Aiden wasn't with you.
Yeah.
He wasn't lying. They were half truths.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. You leave the camp, and what's your next objective?
Probably teleport back home.
Okay. So you get in safe distance and begin.
Yeah, it's like we're not doing that immediately outside.
You get whisked off to your actual headquarters. Alderion sees you as he's reading. The oaf caught a screaming idiot.
What?
I don't know. I wasn't paying much attention to it. They wanted to put it down there, but didn't want it distracting me.
Bree just kind of frowns a little bit, but then she just kind of shakes it off and says,
Alright, we'll go check it out. Alderion, where did you say,
insert poison dragon name here.
preferred to be?
In subterranean dwellings, preferably with water.
Alright, thank you. Alright, let's go check out this thing.
All right. Aiden, you probably hear them come back, and
Yeah, Bree would probably go let Aiden know that we're home.
yeah, and you hear banging at a door in the southwestern side of the keep. Pandora's kind of staring at the door.
Yeah.
What's in there?
Yeah, what is in there?
Ezek and Jameson found one of Queen's men.
Oh, really?
Ezek wanted to kill him, and I figured, given the whole Queen situation right now, I'm not really good at interrogations.
Oh, this could be our saving grace, Sib.
Maybe.
Long story short, Aiden, we may not have the right location for the dragon.
What do you mean, not the right location? I thought we...
Let's put it this way. We're dealing with a very smart enemy who outsmarted Moira once. And baiting everyone into a trap definitely lines up with her observations, and given the reactions that we got from various parties that are suspicious at the meeting, not
Just
naming
tell her,
names.
Sib.
Okay, Ela. Ela, for whatever reason, was afraid when we said we knew that the queen was a dragon. She was very afraid, and it got more and more so as we started pinning down who she is, what she is, where she is, until we pointed specifically there on the map. Then she stopped resisting us and was very, very happy.
You're suggesting that Ela's either working with the dragon or something?
Yes.
Yes. I think that she made a deal with the dragon to take out Moira for personal interest.
Or she could just be getting tricked by the dragon, just like Queen tricks most.
Oh, she
That's
probably
kind of irrelevant.
is. But either way, she doesn't want us to find the dragon. She was very adamant about stopping us, trying to dissuade and deflect arguments in front of Apollo until the location was revealed, and then she went gun-ho, 180-degree turn.
Which, if we can find where the dragon actually is, then that would really be in our favor, because once we find out where the dragon actually is, then she's suddenly going to do a 180 again, and that's just going to incriminate her.
But we have to find out for sure first, which means that we're either going to have to do some scouting, or we're going to have to go and find Grimir. Because Grimir is probably in on this. She's a great illusionist, and we know that Ela fought an illusion in Calder when she made her appearance.
So right now, our goal is just to try to figure out where the heck
Belladonna
actually
is.
Find where Belladonna is and get Thor here.
which I'm still kind of behind schedule on the armor. 2 more days.
Yeah, well,
As
we're gonna.
for Belladonna's location, I mean, maybe if, well, he points down the hall towards the door with the lock.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then maybe a little discussion with a mirror can confirm it if we're lucky.
So what are we going to do to try to get information out of him?
Zib has a few tricks up his sleeve now.
I've also still got Holy Avenger. We could just Zone of Truth. I mean, that's what I did the first time.
Well, the thing about Zone of Truth is they don't have to answer. I'm assuming this guy just kind of blithers like an idiot when he can't figure out why he can't talk.
He eventually said he was here specifically to steal stuff and didn't understand what was going on. I didn't tell him what was going on.
Yeah, though we do have one problem, and that's the fact that we can't let this location get known.
Well, if he was associated with the attack on Calder, I don't have any problems with dispatching of him once we're done with him.
I kind of already told Isaac just to do the same if he found any more Queensmen out there, because
Well, that works out.
apparently he and Jameson spotted this guy while they were out.
All right, well, let's interrogate.
Ian's gonna go over to the lock and pick it open.
All right. You see Pandora like with a bottle of grease, so we're gonna let him out, and you can slip on this.
Get it ready just in case. He's probably going to try to make a bolt for it.
Oh, okay. Hey, is
Actually, give me 10 minutes here, and she's Oh wait, she doesn't have the spells for it. Never mind.
All right. Yeah, he's pounding on the door so much. Okay, yeah. Just something needs to be done about this guy. I mean, like he's just asking for it. He's all caged up.
All right.
I do have, I do have some of that stuff you call, I'll just call it magic. It's simpler that way. But I do have one that's kind of similar to Phantasmal Force, if you want me to use that.
If he tries to get away, by all means.
Oh, I can make it so there's like a bunch of bee drills attacking him. But that'll probably kill him, so I probably don't want to do that.
Yeah, don't try to kill him until we get the information we want out of him.
Okay, well, I will observe, and I will cut in when needed. And
All right.
I say when needed, I mean whenever I want.
Right.
Yes. Okay. The lock is on the door. The guy's still banging and screaming.
All right, Aiden.
Yep.
Maybe we should get Isak down here just in case he actually does manage to get away.
He went out. He's
Maybe we should get
hunting.
Sigurd down here just in case.
Yeah, Sigurd could probably run him down and full Nelson him, although I don't think we want Sigurd here because he won't want to watch us destroy the thing, so it's probably fine.
Before I do this, though.
Okay. Yeah, let's-
It's probably fine. If worst comes to worst, we get no information.
It seemed like Ezek also disarmed him too.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Just because I know this lock actually is difficult to pick open, I'm going to use Enhance Ability on myself.
Okay.
Just because.
What was the DC for it again?
32. Granted, I have the funny plus 16 on that, but Wow.
Whew. That doesn't do it.
I can't do that. Wow, okay.
And so what this means is I'll let you get it, but this will take a day away from armor making.
Oh gosh.
Unless
What?
you want to try tomorrow.
I'm gonna go with a solid. We should just dimension door in there.
I mean, yeah, that works, but how are we going to get out?
Oh, I thought we had 2 of those.
Bree only has 1.
Oh, because also if it's to teleport.
Okay, how about this? Is there enough of a crack under the door that we can see into it?
Oh, I was about to actually say if there's enough space, I could just use a little mirror trick with the
Misty
thieves'
Step.
tools and vortex warp them out.
Yeah, you can definitely see it.
All right, do we want to do the Misty Step in trick or Vortex Warp him out?
Probably just tell him
Don't
we'll
resist
let him
this
out
and we'll-
if he doesn't resist.
Well, last time you tried to do something, I couldn't talk.
Right.
You'll be able to talk this time.
Well, I'm not letting you do your weird magic on me.
Try anyway, Aiden. Actually, here, hang on. Gotta make sure I have it prepared.
I do have it prepared.
What are you doing?
Bree's gonna try to Vortex Warp him out.
All right, what roll is that?
Constitution,
What's the save for it?
17.
Yeah, he succumbs to it, so he's wherever you want to put him.
He's between the 4 of us.
Oh, I'm out! And he's tried to, like, get between
And
you.
she says,
I wouldn't do that because I have much more powerful spells that could probably split your brain in half.
Do an intimidation roll.
all right. 12.
He's still gonna try and run for it.
She's gonna Mind Sliver him.
Oh my gosh.
And she's gonna say,
This is a weak one.
He failed.
all right.
This might kill him anyway. That's the
She's
funny
not doing it
part.
lethally. 3 psychic damage.
A very weak one.
All right. He begins holding his spell. Okay. I'll stay still.
Okay, good.
And she messages Sib and says,
Get ready.
All right. For all intents and purposes, this means he's readying his
all right.
his
And
action. Actually, I guess he's gonna spend some sorcery points
Getting those spells back.
to get a 2nd level spell slot, and then he's gonna subtle cast detect thoughts on this geezer when Bree makes her move.
all right, and she's gonna say,
Where's Queen?
I don't know. The detect thoughts suggests that he is telling the truth. He's scared right now.
Where does the Queen have you take the tribute that you gather for her?
We just nowhere. She gets it somehow. There's a
Where
drop
exactly?
off point in his mind. There's a drop off point.
Yes, but where exactly? We know that there's...
several places. There's lots of caves. He is telling the truth. Sinbad is lots of caves is ringing in his mind.
Which one?
Oh, I don't have a map here.
she holds up the map to him.
Look. Right. He points to the cave that you suspected.
All right.
We just use that as a hideout sometimes.
All right. And you just take the stuff you steal, put it in there, and it just goes there?
Yeah, then she leaves gold for us. She gives us double.
Oh, does she?
Yes.
She kind of rubs her chin a little bit.
And he's thinking, I'm glad that big guy didn't take my gold from me.
Oh, interesting.
You are running out of your minute.
Sinbad's going to ask what happens when you fail to make a tribute.
She doesn't really do anything. Because she gives double back. That's better than her old terms where we just drop it off and don't get anything. Oh, she just gave us those ruins before.
How does she give you double back? Wouldn't she run out?
I know, she's the greatest.
Sinbad probably knows what's going on here, but
Yeah, Bree probably does too. And
She's gonna say, I don't know if we're gonna get what we need out of him.
Oh, no. Does that mean you're going to let me go?
Well, I mean, Seb, why don't you just see what's in there?
See,
okay. I guess we're gonna. I mean, I don't think I'm gonna get anything else out of him, but we can try to delve deep.
oh, okay. So he makes a wisdom saving throw?
I'm like, I think so. Yeah. Wait.
Well, he got
I'm
a 9.
like,
9, if it's wisdom, he got a 9.
let's see. Yeah, it's a wisdom save. It's intelligence after that, which is weird.
Wait, what is the intelligence for?
Breaking it if you get got.
Oh,
Okay, so what does it entail if he fails the wisdom saving throw? You pry deeper?
Yeah, so what I get is
fail to get an insight into its reasoning, if any.
I'm like
Emotional traits.
pretty much
Ice was pretty much reading it.
I was just
Yeah.
reading it, yeah. If it fails, you gain insight into its reasoning, if any, its emotional state, something that looms large in its mind, such as something it worries over, loves, or hates. If it succeeds, the spell ends. Either way, target knows you're probing.
So, as you're probing right now, it's reasoning he's afraid right now, very afraid. He's looking for any opportunity to get out of here. He's happy the queen's new rule is benefiting him, and it's become way more lucrative. And he's wondering why she made this turn. He actually gets triple back, not double. She gives them the gold at these drop-off points, as well as strange illusion magic that apparently the MDRA doesn't have their hands on via scrolls that the more astute spellcasters of the Queensmen use to make their heists and concealment easier.
Oh.
And I think that's what you get out of them.
He has his money on him, right?
Apparently, he says the big guy didn't take it from him.
So So Sinbad is going to ask him for a few copper pieces.
No, I don't have any gold on me. Your spell is ended.
Yeah, he's gonna. Sinbad's still gonna ask for.
Are we done with
Show me
him?
some copper pieces.
I don't have any copper pieces.
Just gold.
I don't even have any gold. I had nothing on me. Nothing at all.
All right, Sinbad's going to take a step closer to him, and he's just gonna say, "You know what Ninetales are known for?
Letting people go?
Cursing people."
Look, just please, please. I won't tell anyone about this place. Just let me go, please.
Aiden.
I'll go rethink my life and.
There's two options he has here, but in this case, can he see any of this gold from his position at all?
Do a perception or investigation check as you look on this person.
I don't know which one of those two I'm taking. Right, -1. Oh wow, that's 20.
He has a sizable pouch under his winter gear.
Can I just try to swipe that off him?
Okay, so he's not grappled or anything right now, so I'll need you to do a sleight of hand.
$26.
You just kind of, as he's like, no, I don't have any gold on me at all. You just kind of swipe out this box, this weighty bag. No, please, just give it back, just give it back, please.
It looks like we have a liar.
You do! She's right! And everyone do a charisma saving throw.
Well, it doesn't matter what I do, I fail.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna try.
He fails too. He only got an 11.
I got a 30.
You passed
Nat
it.
20.
Goodbye, nat 20.
You would have passed that just like that was 10 over.
And Bree says, "Are you going to tell anyone about this place?"
He's trying to say something, but he can't.
She's going to psychic lance him.
Okay. I think, well, oh, okay, he actually got a 17.
Okay, this is going to be half damage.
Yeah.
Still damage.
Yeah.
Oh.
25.
Just let me see something.
12.
So 12.5.
What's his HP? He already took 3.
It's either 15 or 16 now.
He is bloodied. Ah!
All right.
Or wait. Sorry. Wait, that's the wrong one. I think he might be dead.
Excellent. That's what she was going
Dead
for.
or...
Yeah. Are you killing him? He only had 11 hit points. Yeah.
Yeah, she's killing him.
Oh.
All right. As he just kind of like screams in pain and just falls to the floor. Well, that was funny.
Well, I'm glad you got a kick out of it.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
That wasn't even my best improvised lobotomy.
So...
Sinbad's just gonna show Pandora his gold and be like, "It's all fake, isn't it?"
It's a bunch of pebbles.
Oh.
And he's like, "Yep, Grimir is definitely supplying the cash to them, and the spells. I was right of suspecting that they had many different cave entrances, but we would never be able to find the right one going through his mind. There's a
So
lot
you're-
of different entrances, but there's so many different illusions on them, or at least in his mind they change, or he forgets where one is, he thinks.
So does this mean we're looking for
Yep.
the illusions?
We're gonna have to
from-
find Grimir, or we're gonna have to, take one of our draconic friends with us. Actually, hold on a minute.
Here's the
Dun,
big
dun.
thing, though. Even if we do find Grimoire, how are we going to get the information out of her? She's never just going to tell us where the dragon is.
Maybe her heart will break when she sees Jameson again.
Or she'll just kill him.
Nah.
Uh,
She wouldn't kill a kid whose birthday party she was at.
I really don't want to... We can't risk Jameson's life like that.
I mean, she's an illusion mage. She's not a divination.
but she's still a mage.
And she can apparently create illusions that can actually harm people.
I mean, Pandora can do that too.
Oh yeah. Well, I could. They're not really up to snuff anymore. Sounds like an interesting person, by the way.
I don't know.
So
Either we're gonna have to go do our investigations with somebody, with one of our draconic friends, or Thor if we find him out there at the same time, or we're gonna have to take out Grimir and dispel those things.
so do we think that she's also hiding the dragon then, or
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah, we still don't know if the caves are even where she is at all. I imagine they are, and they do
Right.
link to her, but I don't know how far we'd have to go for that.
Well, what about the castle that apparently exists?
Bree takes out her map.
DM, please.
Yep. Bup, 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 bup.
Right there.
Though we'd heard rumors that it's moved, haven't we?
She's an illusionist. She can make it disappear whenever she feels like.
Right.
It should have to be somewhere along the lake. Because
Right.
Belladonna likes the water. She couldn't be too far away, or she wouldn't be able to hand out the fake coin.
What if there's more caves over there?
Or what if the caves underneath Camp Daybreak connect somewhere in the water of that lake? That way, she could keep the castle on one of the edges and.
Didn't we get a
essentially
map of, like, the underground?
You did
Or
not.
at least where the underground entrances were?
I don't
Did we?
believe you ever did.
I know we got something pertaining to the underground.
I think it was just where some of the entrances are, but not all of them. We know that they exist, I think, is the extent of our knowledge.
Probably.
You may need to actually check.
Oh, that's right. We were told that the Queensmen used underground tunnels to get from place to place.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that one was probably actually set up by Moira, though.
Mhm.
Be related.
Oh, also, Aiden, if we go out there, we're going to have to go stop at the igloos, so that way we can keep up a pretense that we live there sometimes.
Can't believe you did that.
We also still have the whole vengeance spirit.
Yeah.
We need to take care of that too.
I mean, unfortunately, there's not really anything we can do about that except for wrestle the thing when it shows up. We can't wait for it. We can't hunt it down. We just deal with it when it shows up.
I mean, it's back.
I know, but again, we can't really do anything about it.
At least it shouldn't be heading this way as long as I just stay here.
Well, you've got that armor to work on anyway.
Yeah. And then eventually make a key for that. He
Yeah,
points-
don't worry about that.
Yeah, you can slowly unravel your Gordian knot over there over the next few days.
Should have just used the other lock. Got it open so easily the first time.
Well, I guess get back to work on the armor.
Yeah.
What are your guys' plans?
Bree's gonna go to Alderion and get his blessing so that she can become proficient in Tinker's tools so that she can start working on the Enigma meter.
Interesting.
He says, I can see Barthornatrix has already given you his. This will override it.
That's fine. We just need to remember to get another one before we leave next.
You're very well. He puts down his book, and his form changes that to a gold Drudagon, and he begins chanting in this draconic language, and you turn your body turns into pure gold, like kind of Midas touch, but you're not a statue or anything. But then it just kind of like your body absorbs it, and you feel the blessing of the gold worm.
Thank you, Alderion.
Very well. He goes back to reading.
All right, and she will execute her plan.
All right. So to the laboratory?
Yep.
What would you be doing, Sinbad?
He's probably going to consult the mirror when the day is nearly over.
Okay.
Have you thought up your questions?
Well, you're going to be doing something, so you can think of them while you're doing this, Serena.
Yeah.
All right. So what are you doing, Serena?
Just working on the Enigma meter.
Okay, you can do it. You're only proficient for an hour, so.
Oh, I thought it was for a day. Well, an hour is enough to at least get started, I guess.
Let me see.
She's got that meteorite needle, which she'll probably use as one of the sensory equipment things.
Okay.
And she'll probably use let's see here. No wonder I can't find it. I'm on the wrong sheet. She'll probably use a meteor shard as like a receiver.
All right. Okay, so you're combining two meteor pieces right now. So this will be a dexterity one first to set it in place.
Just flat dexterity.
With your proficiency,
Okay.
since you're using Tinker's tools.
Can I have Aiden's help, like getting his advice?
He's busy
busy.
right now.
Okay. Plus
I'll say you can put in your sleight of hand as well if you have it.
No, it's the same as Dex.
Okay.
14.
All right. You can force it, but you might break it. So you can do the check again, but you'll break it if you fail.
No.
Okay.
No, I'm not going to risk that.
Okay. if you're going to save it for tomorrow, I'll give you advantage on the check next time to fix it. Forcing it right now, you'll do a straight up roll with it again, and you have to pass it. But tomorrow you can, give it a breather. You go back to it. I'll give you advantage on the check to fix it.
Okay.
All right. Sinbad, did you come up with some questions?
Yeah, I've got a few.
All right.
I'll probably wait until the end of the day after Aiden's done for obvious reasons.
All right. Would there anything else you wish to do, Sabrina?
Probably.
Blapples.
I don't think there's anything in particular she could do at the moment.
I mean, if anything in the garden has grown, but I don't think.
I guess she'll at least check that.
You actually have to tend to these things. So you go up, you just see they're planted, but no one's watered them or anything.
Oh shoot!
All right. Well, watering them shouldn't be too hard, right?
No. Yeah.
All right. She'll tend to the plants then.
All right. Also, do you have a nature proficiency?
No, but she does have a +5 just due to sheer intelligence.
All right. Okay. That's fine. But yeah, watering them isn't that hard, but you figure when they get bigger, you might need someone to tend to them.
Problem. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
Do any of the worms enjoy gardening?
All right. Well, we'll say it reaches the end of the day. Is that fair?
Yep.
All right. Sinbad and Aiden meeting. Keep in mind you didn't get your long rest today too. So.
Right. Why have that marked still? Yeah. The other time I thought I was going to use it, I didn't actually get to. So I've still got 3 uses of this left.
All right. You meet in Sinbad's room, probably getting like the belts ready to tie him down in case this goes wrong.
Something like that.
So this time, well, actually, it's a good thing I still have this other lock. In case things go badly and you need to stay in there.
Okay. Do the check if you plan to use the mirror.
All right. Let's see. It's an intelligence saving throw, so this is just a flat D20. We're gonna lucky that. We're gonna lucky that. Yeah, nah.
It's what was it to pass? You have to pass like 15 or something.
15.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I literally can't do anything to save that.
So you hold up the mirror, Sinbad. You brace yourself for this journey to the end of time, staring at nothing. And then you just hear him screaming, Aiden, as he starts like trying to like bite his bed, and he's like licking the floor right now.
Did Sabrina hear it?
He's probably screaming right now. He's insane.
Okay. She's gonna run up. She's gonna run up and barge into the room, and she's like, "What's happening? Sib, I thought we got over this."
I'm gonna go ahead and just take the mirror from him and.
Oh, it was the mirror.
He's just kind of banging his head.
Well, the banging his head is new, but he used to lick the floor and bite his bed all the time when he was a kid.
What?
Don't ask.
Aiden's just gonna swipe the mirror, assuming he dropped in, and just.
You see kind of Izek kind of like skulking around again, and he just looks in the room, takes a swig, and just moves on.
It would have been great if he would have looked at it and put it away.
Yeah.
So we just leave him for the night, or do we
I mean, I think that's all we really can do.
do we want to try to tie him up of anything so we can't get out? I mean, I was just going to lock his door.
I mean, I don't know if he's smart enough to actually walk right now.
Yeah, he's kind of doing like the Homer Simpson, like spinning around, going like woo on the floor.
You know, I'm glad I didn't go look at the mirror. He's just gonna start slowly backing towards the door, and he pulls out the other lock he's got. I've got this one. I can definitely open it, even though I don't have the key.
Okay.
All right.
She's just gonna kind of gently pat Sib on the head before she backs out of the room.
Yeah, maybe in your insanity you feel your sister's touch as you you rest for the night. And do you guys have a course of action you want to take tomorrow? Or do you require more planning?
We're probably gonna need more planning.
All right.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we're already
We're at that
15
point
minutes
where-
over anyway.
well, I'll let you go to the next day. So he eventually tuckered himself out and went to sleep. And Aiden, you got a good night's sleep, so the exhaustion's gone and you get all your stuff back.
Whoa.
But yeah, you wake up in the morning. Sinbad, you think there's a bunch of feathers in your mouth when you wake up and you realize you ate your pillow.
Oh no.
Bree knocks on his door. She's like,
Sib, you okay?
Just gonna spit out the feathers and be like, "It's like allergy season. The clock's to 11."
Okay, so you're not dead. Well, I mean,
Oh, trust me, I'm pretty sure that if I'm being loud, it's a good sign.
yeah, okay. I'll have Aiden let you out.
Wait, what?
We kind of locked the door, just in case.
so she's gonna get Aiden to let him out.
Yeah. Okay. Hearing that he's that he's not screaming anymore, he'll just unlock the door, which is like automatic because of that modifier.
Yeah. You get him out.
Yeah, it's a DC 15. He can't roll any lower than a 17.
Yeah. Okay. You're out now.
All right. Well,
I guess we could try scrying on Thor again.
yeah.
Okay. Again, I will roll it in the chat. What did I say it was before? He had a +5.
You said it was 15. You said +3.
Yeah, because it was the +5 from the second-hand knowledge, but then the
Oh,
-2.
I his modify his wisdom modifier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's +5. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Dang.
Yeah, that's 16.
Roll 2 off.
Better keep working, Aiden.
I believe would be the third day. Just tomorrow night you'll have it.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. And do we want to resolve that advantage roll for Sabrina
Sure.
so that we don't forget?
Okay.
Now, will it break if she fails this, or will it just be another?
It will, but you have advantage. Assuming you went and got Alderion's blessing again.
Can she get help from Aiden since she's worried about it, or would that impede too much in the?
It'll cut
We
it
can't-
instead of the night. He'll get it in the day of the 5th day.
I'm like, we could have Sinbad help. He could just hold it down, hold it steady. He's quite a bit stronger than Bree in that regard.
Are
if,
you-
that
are you-
works.
Are you proficient with Tinker's tools?
No, like I said, the only thing I could think he could do is just hold it steady for her, just kind of pin it down on the board with brute force.
And the way I do help action is you both have to share the proficiency.
Yeah, that's fair.
No.
Roll a d4.
Man.
Or not a d4, roll a d20 and a d10. or D100.
A D20 and a D100?
Yeah.
Okay.
11 and 13. Wait, which is which? The D100 is
13 one was the 100.
D20.
Oh. Okay, I have to reflavor this one. You don't know what happened.
Uh-oh.
Okay. And you take 9 necrotic damage as the needle explodes.
The ward just kind of sucks it up.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, time to start making another.
Oh my gosh. Is that like 3 needles down the drain now?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Well, it's hard to work with this stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Are you guys gonna plan on what you're gonna do next session? That's kind of what I want to lead into is the
Yeah.
I think I'm thinking about what we're gonna do next session is
We'll probably have to talk with Geek about it.
yeah, because next session is probably gonna be figuring out where the heck either we go to the Queensman's hideout or we go to the castle.
yeah.
Party.
I just kind of want to know like what's kind of probably the direction you're gonna go to.
Well, we're gonna look for Thor, and then we're gonna probably go after Grimoire.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on where Thor is, in all honesty, because we're looking for him. If he's over in this area, you can probably bet we will try to do one of the other 2 things with him. If we find Thor in this area, we might just skip the castle and go straight to the hideout.
I mean, I feel like the castle's gonna be important regardless.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm going in kind of relatively blind as much as you are then.
We'll try to get the answer to you as soon as we can.
Mhm.
Okay. It's
One of
just
the things
that
is, like-
DM preparedness for like maps and all that is what I need.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's good enough. I think that was pretty good session. I know some rough luck there in some parts, but I thought it was.
Don't
pretty
worry,
good.
I'm getting
It was very
enhanced ability to
polarizing.
make another needle.
What
Yeah.
do you mean? I got 2 30s.
All right.
Shoot, I just realized. Dang it.
All right. Well, I guess we'll see you guys later then. Bye, everybody.